The workers are just standing up for what we believe in. Retirement's a big thing. People don't understand that we're already giving up a lot as is, and it's not about wage increases. It's just protecting what we have, what little we already have. So.
And why are they making the BART workers pay for this crisis? Why do you think they're trying to attack BART workers?
With the frontline people, it's the easiest. They protect what they want to protect, so we're trying to protect what we want.
Have they cut their salaries, the top executives?
Not at all. Not that I understand, not a penny.
So in other words, they want the workers to do the work, to cut their salaries, and the executives are no cutbacks of them.
Absolutely.
Isn't that kind of provocative?
It is, and we're just trying to, they keep wanting to throw the public against us. We're the ones that deal with them. We're the ones that take care of them. So it's all about them, really. It's like they protecting ourselves, we protect them.
Now, the pensions that they want to attack, how do they want to attack your pensions?
By basically opening the doors for the contract, the way it's written, to allow them to go ahead and start digging into it. So,
this whole economic crisis, do you think it's being used as a pretext to break down the unions?
I believe so. I've come from the airline industry. I've been a mechanic for 10 years, and I'm part of that result when things fail. So I'm here because
so in other words, you were downsized in the airline industry as a result of deregulation, and now it's happening in BART.
Now I'm here, so it followed me here. So, yeah.
Okay.
What I could say is that the real tragedy is the lack of any oversight over the BART board. There is no effective oversight over their actions, and in my opinion, we wouldn't be in this situation if the BART board weren't arbitrary, capricious, and deceptive in presenting the parameters of the negotiations along with arbitrary deadlines.
Why do you think that why management is provoking this? What do you think about BART management, what they're trying to do?
It's interesting to say the least, but nevertheless, hopefully we can come to a compromise and get a solution very fast.
What do they want from you guys?
Everything, pretty much. No, I mean, we're trying to keep it fair, and BART is not playing fair. So with that being said...
How are they not playing fair?
Well, a lot of the language that we have is what the union language that was established between the district and the union is now in jeopardy. So what we're doing is trying to protect most of it. We understand the economy is bad and times are getting rough for everyone. But nevertheless, don't push off mismanagement of funds on your employees and the public, and then turn the public against us, saying that we're greedy and we're hungry. A lot of people that work here sacrifice a lot of their own personal life to provide this public service. So when you see the base salary for the average employee is either 50 or 60 grand. So when you see operators making 100 plus a year, they have sacrificed a lot of their own personal life and time. I'm talking about taking time from their families, their children, to provide this service. They should be compensated for that. But now BART is saying that they don't want to compensate us for it, and that's not fair.
You think there's a one-sided campaign by the media to blame the BART workers for this crisis?
Well, the thing about it is BART has a good front person, Mr. Johnson, and he's really put the public against us as employees. So now we're the bad guys. We're greedy, we're overpaid, but it's a process to actually get in BART. I mean, you don't get in here overnight. Most of the people working here, it took at least 2 years to actually get in to the BART system. So it's a process. I mean, this is a safety-sensitive position. I'm a train operator, and I'm in a safety-sensitive position. And what happens is I have to be really on my job to perform my job duties. And the average person off the street can't just come in and do my job. If he's trained properly, yeah, but training takes some time. So BART is willing to scrap everybody and start all over.
So you think this may even harm health and safety if they get rid of job classifications and that kind of thing?
Well, not necessarily harm it, but I mean, to start the process over, it would take some time. We strike for a couple of weeks or whatnot, come back, try to get the economy back moving again. But if you scrap the whole program, close it for months, that's a long time. A lot of people, depend on us to take them to and from work or to and from their residence. So no, we don't want to strike, but I mean, we don't really have too many alternatives.
Do you think the union is prepared for a strike?
I believe we are prepared as a union. I mean, we are solidarity. That's what we're trying to preach, solidarity, and we are actually prepared at this point to do whatever's necessary for a fair contract.
And what can other workers do, transportation workers and others, do to support you if you do go out and strike?
Well, we've had some support. We've had some unions that's against what we're doing, but nevertheless, you know, if it was them, we would support them wholeheartedly. I mean, we just want to be fair. That's all. That's all we ask for, is a fair contract.
Are you shocked by what BART management has tried to do to you and to portray the union and the workers as overpaid and just ripping off the public?
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, they got the jump, which means they got out there, put our salaries out, and made all these big things about us as employees. But then when they brought out the cigar box theory that the BART management uses, then it got all swept to the side. Now nobody's talking about salaries because the wasteful spending started at the top, and now we in the public are paying for it.
And what kind of wasteful spending are we talking about?
Executive lunches, all these different expenses they had. Channel 2 ran a series on their spending and how they store receipts from corporate purchases in boxes. Now the boxes are somehow or another stored somewhere and nobody knows.
So you're saying the corporate mismanagement, the people who really run BART, are trying to put the crisis off to the BART workers?
Oh, exactly, and on to the public. See, they're going to get their money off the top regardless. They're going to get theirs. But now, when they start talking about, oh, we're going into the red and we're bleeding and we're losing, now it's like, okay, well, the public and employees have to make up for the difference.
So you think they're using this economic crisis as a pretext to attack public workers in general and the pensions that public workers have?
Definitely are. Definitely.
And what do you think is the solution? Because basically workers, public workers, the other BART unions have been taking concessions, furloughs. It seems like it's a never-ending treadmill. One group after another taking concessions. What's the solution?
Well, actually, I believe in the union language, there are some stipulations for furloughs. And so, you know, I think it's safe to say that we don't want to go the next 4 years without some kind of pay raise because we don't know what the economy is going to be in 4 years.
You've taken a pay cut for the last 4 years, haven't you?
Well, actually, I believe BART they say it's pay cut, but then again, you never know. I don't know what BART's intentions are. And that's what we're trying to find out now.
You think you're going to have a solidarity with your membership when you do go out, if you were forced to go out?
We are going to have solidarity. I definitely believe that.
Okay, what's your name?
Reggie.
Just trying to have a cup of coffee.
What's your name? What do you think about the attack on public workers in this country?
Well, the only thing I would say is this, that there's a great many things about BART's activity people aren't aware of. Every 4 years, BART cries there's a $50 million deficit. If you check the archives, you'll find out. They've stated in 2005, 50 million. In 2001, 50 million. In 2005, they changed the figures over and over again. They started off this year with 250 million, jumped to 310 million. No one has questioned that. It must be questioned. It's unacceptable to us. But it's not just about money. They're telling our people they're going to devastate our health care. We just sacrificed wage increases 4 years ago in order to make sure our families could be taken care of. 50 million people in this country do not have health care. We made sure we had it. Over the years, the unions have never, ever violated a contract, but on a consistent basis, the district has. And it's time for it to stop. It's time for the public to understand exactly what's